Hello, I wanted to do a quick demonstration to show you how I buff out the tops and, well, body parts of guitars. This is just a method that I came up with on my own and just discovered that it worked pretty darn good. What I use is I use a number 7 polishing compound. A lot of times I will only have to use this product. It does put a pretty good shine on nitro, and sometimes depending on the guitar for the finishing touch I will just use a regular turtle wax car wax. And what I use to do the buffing is my cordless drill and a Mother's Powerball. These are actually manufactured to use for polishing chrome wheels on fancy cars, but I've found that it does a pretty darn good job of buffing guitars out. So basically what I do is I take the number 7, and it also helps to completely disassemble the guitar and take all the hardware and everything off. Just so this one pot I couldn't take off. Well, I could have, but I was just too lazy to, because it was directly connected to the jack. But you just take a rag and put some of the rubbing compound on the top of the guitar. And I'm usually pretty generous with it. I mean, I put a lot on there. Because once you start running the Powerball over the guitar, it will absorb and use up the polishing compound pretty quick. So as you can see, I'm putting on a pretty generous amount here, but as you'll see when I start buffing it, it doesn't last very long. So I always want to make sure that you have the neck well supported here. Probably could use an extra rag here. Okay, now I don't use a lot of downward pressure. I have my drill on high speed, so I just put a moderate amount of pressure down and kind of let the speed of the drill do the work. And you don't want to stay in one area too long. You want to always make sure that you're moving the Powerball around so that you don't burn through. And then you'll be able to tell when you're running out of compound, because it'll kind of start grabbing against the guitar, and you'll notice the guitar want to start shifting and moving. That's the indication that it's time to put more compound on. Now, between coats of compound, I just kind of hold it up into the light and look and see what spots need more attention. I usually like to put at least 3 or 4 applications of compound on, and by that time that will usually take out just about all the scuffs and scratches and faded spots on the nitro. So put another coat of compound on, and gonna buff out a little bit more here.
Daddy, what are you doing?
Buffing a guitar.
Oh.
Okay, now the Powerball was starting to bite again, so I'll take a look. And sometimes also what helps is, because it creates a haze on here is to take a rag, a clean rag, and wipe some of the excess haze, and then that will also kind of give you an indication of what parts you need to continue working on. And
Daddy,
you know,
right in the garage.
Yeah, go ahead. And you know, the top on this guitar is kind of beat up. I mean, it's not terrible, but I'm getting most of my gloss back now, and there are some deeper scratches that aren't going to come out with this method. I don't even think if you took it to a luthier that had a full-size buffing wheel, there's some of these scratches that I don't even think they would be able to take out. So I'm gonna put one more application of compound on, and this'll be my last one, because I don't think I'm gonna accomplish much more by trying to buff it out any more than this last application. So I'm gonna put one more generous application of rubbing compound on here. And this number 7 compound you can get at just about any hardware store. I think it was like $5 or something like that. It's not very expensive. And this guitar I probably won't use the turtle wax on, just because the polishing compound, it will do the job fine. So here we go, one more time with the Powerball. And again, keep in mind that I'm not putting a lot of pressure downward, letting the speed of the drill do the work. Okay, let's take a clean rag here and wipe some of the haze off and see how it looks. I can already see that a majority of the shine has come back to the top just by doing this. And oh yeah, now there's still some deeper scratches that still exist, but all of the fine, like pick scratching and any minor scratches that aren't super deep have all come out. And I don't know how well you can see that, but you have restored the shine. I mean, that's almost factory shine right there. And I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that. I'll just kind of try and move it around a little bit. But if you have a guitar that has a really super cloudy, just a finish that's been neglected for so long, it's like super cloudy, the rubbing compound might be enough to do it. But if not, finish with the turtle wax, and that will just help achieve that shine even more. But right here, what we have right here is more than acceptable. I have a beautiful shine. And you can also, well, here, I'll show you real quick. I also use this on the fretboard and the frets. I'll put a little, you don't have to put very much compound on, and actually on the headstock too, because that's kind of hazed over. And just take it nice and light, and this will make your fretboard really nice, really clean it up, and it will also get your frets nice and clean and get all of the I can't think of the word I'm trying to say here. tarnish. It'll get all the tarnish off your frets and, you know, get them nice and clean. And then just give the headstock a quick buff here. I don't know, I might be out of the frame here. I'll try and move back so you can see what I'm doing. Just real lightly, just hitting the top of the headstock here. Get that Heritage logo nice and shiny. And I'll come back and come up and down the fretboard one more time. Whoop. Yeah, you gotta be careful not to get your rags twisted up in your power ball. Oh yeah, yeah, that cleaned the tarnish off of those frets. And I'll try and get this nice and close to the camera. But those frets are all nice and shiny now, and the fretboard is nice and clean. And then when I put this guitar back together, I will apply a coat of lemon oil onto the fretboard, and that will moisturize it and really make that green pop in the rosewood. So so there's my little quick tutorial on how I buff a guitar out. Now this guitar, I'm not going to worry about the back, because the back is all buckle rashed up, and you know, I've got the headstock repair back there and stuff, so I'm not even going to bother buffing the back of this guitar out. I'm just worried about the top because it's got such a beautiful, perfectly book matched cherry sunburst flame top. So I'm not even going to worry about the back, because the back is trashed anyway, so just from a cosmetic standpoint. So but yeah, that's my in a nutshell tutorial on how I buff a guitar out. So I hope this helps, and happy trails.